Welcome, everyone, to Beaver Stadium, nestled in Bucolic State College and home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, and one of the loudest, most passionate crowds you'll find anywhere in college football. Washington likely to try to boot it deep to get things started. From inside the 10, here he comes. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So Penn State's offense takes the field. And not only is this guy the energy in the... offense. There's a certain charisma that he has that sort of elevates everyone around him.
He's got a moxie about him, Reese. Just seems like when he's in the huddle, he's got 10 other sets of eyeballs looking at him and believing in him to lead this offense down the field towards scoring points. This guy is a leader in every sense of the word.
A lot of times it's hard to see those linebackers coming down late and blitzing through a gap. The offense did a really nice job getting a hat on a hat, blocking up front so the running back could get some positive yards.
Finds his tight end. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
Man, they have got a weapon in this offense right there at running back. This dude is tremendous. And you think about Franco Harris, you think about Kajana Carter, Curtis Enos, Saquon Barkley, time and time again, Penn State running backs wearing defenses down. This guy is a problem, and this defense better find a way to slow him down.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job. Nice play call by the offense.
He'll ride his man on the option. Now the pitch. Finds a crease at the 20. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
Not a lot of room down here. He's able to pick up 2. It's down at the 12. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wide out in motion. On 2nd down, wants to throw. A little screen to the running back. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit him with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
And the D denied him on 2nd and goal. He'll run it to the right here and try to get it into the end zone. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
And he got that extra point through. No slipping on the snow. It was good. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Washington Huskies offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And both of these teams have anchors in the middle that you build your defense around.
And everybody just seems to look to these two guys when there's a big play on the field that needs to happen, right?
They're making all the calls. They're making sure that they're in the right spots, run, pass, getting everybody organized, and they do it at a high level.
They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. At the 35, he's loose. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
One of the things I love about this offense, Reese, is they have tons of speed. They like to try to get the ball going east-west. That time they generate a huge play going to the right side.
And the defense either not fast enough to fit or got knocked out of the fit.
Yeah, they got to do a better job containing that as this game goes on. They got to funnel the football back to the middle of the field.
They try to pop a run on the draw. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. Washington right back to the line.
Wow, how about the stop-start speed? That reminds you of Napoleon Kaufman or Bishop Sankey, Myles Gaskin, great Washington Husky running backs of years past that just made defenders look silly because of that stop-start ability. This dude has some wheels.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. They've been running it, but now the pass. Grabbed behind the line. It's Washington. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
You know, that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
From the gun, the ground game. Defense holds their ground, pickup of a yard. It's at the 26. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He's stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. Williams looking for a man. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. Well, that score leaves you with a burning question. Who had that dude? Whoever it was wasn't close.
No, and the receiver was able to run right by him and get to the end zone and camp out and put up his tent and build the fire and fill up the coffee pot and just about everything else in time before the guy decided to even get remotely close to him.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
They've gotten this thing up and running fast, back and forth. We're inside a minute to play, and it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Huskies. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. They'll try to power their way ahead. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
And just a great job by the defense being stout. Right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense, because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
The Nittany Lions have this offense rolling. With the catch, it's Saunders. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, receivers got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Catch in the middle, it's Smith. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't get any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller's going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
From the 33, it's 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Gets it inside the 30, down to the 27, a pickup of 6. 6-yard pickup on first down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. They'll test the right side. Runs through the tackle. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
From the red zone, looking for a space. The pass is incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield, and that shot the quarterback took might have been a little too much. So the offense gets an automatic first down after the roughing the passer penalty. And guys, bringing the heat is what any defense is about, but you have to stop short of making that official reach for his flag. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And that last run is just a nice job seeing the hole, exploding through it. He has had a heck of a night. Now with that carry, over 100 yards on the game.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State!
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
And he tacks on the extra point. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Tennessee opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's building and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Unloads to the right. It's caught. And the tackle was made, but not before. That completion gets them 30-plus. Washington wants to go quickly.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Missed receiver there. It's incomplete. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Williams will pass. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And he can find a receiver, and down he goes.
Man, Penn State is known for its defense, right? Tough, physical, they can stop the run, and they can get after the quarterback, and they do it from the linebacker position. You think about the legacy this school has had at that spot. This guy right here, he fits into exactly.
And he feels the heat coming in. It burns him up. Another sack. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. Slips through the line. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Trying to make magic with his feet. No fear from this freshman quarterback as he picks up the first down himself.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a first down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
Brings him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a first down for this offense.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn that field. We saw that right there.
That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, second down coming. They'll go to the ground. Smashes ahead. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paulie. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Quick strike complete. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They'll line up for a second down play. Williams looking for a man. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete. The quarterback would love to have that throw back, but at least he'll brag that he overthrew that dude.
my arm strength is elite. You see that? I can overthrow guys that can run like that. Yeah, that's probably not what's coming to mind, but man, you just want to put it out there. Maybe put a little bit more air underneath it. Not a lot more when you got a guy that fast, but man, that's probably what he wants back.
Oh, he can't hang on. That one was nearly picked off. Instead, he'll force a fourth down. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, Dave?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision making.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half. They'll throw it on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Nittany Lions will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football for them out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping me.
Handoff from the shotgun. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Washington right back to the line. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. Washington sends out the punt team. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. The give is to Smith. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, this guy's been eating them alive all game long. Finally, though, David, you wonder if the defense has been able to make some adjustments, find something positive to help slow this guy down.
Hey, baby steps, right? That's a tackle for a loss. I know he's got over $100 on the game, but this defense is definitely going to have to be more aggressive, commit more guys to stopping that bad man.
Running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure. Trying all game long, different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
And he will boom. No chance for a return. Let's see where the officials spotted. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Williams will pass. Coming after it. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. The #1 job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets him. Plus territory, gets 15 and a first down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come over.
Here's the handoff. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got to burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Trying to impose their will on the ground as he stopped after a 5-yard pickup to the 33.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Off the play fake. Throws to the tight end. Oh, what a grab by the defense. And he will step out of bounds, but what a play to get the ball back for his offense.
When that snow's coming down, it's even thicker than rain. It just affects the football. You can't get as much juice on it. And you could tell the QB couldn't get it to the wide receiver where he wanted to, and the defender made a beautiful play.
Quick pass on the jet motion. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets him out to the 25-yard line. Williams looking for a man. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Washington wants to go quickly. Got his man quickly. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
You know, the tight end's going to have to do a better job of separating and giving his quarterback a place to go with the football. That time just couldn't create it, and as a result, as soon as he made the catch, he was brought to the ground, setting up fourth down.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Quick completion to the right. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
Trying to find his man on first down. A shot toward the end zone. And he's done it! Touchdown, Penn State! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finished it with an explosive play in the passing game, scoring from 47 yards out. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. They'll give it to the back. Runs through a tackle. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field.
Hold it.
They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Williams will pass. Right down the middle. Wide open downfield. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Yeah, I think you know the situation as a defender, and you know you're up by a score, and you know exactly what's going on with the offense. They got to make some big plays here in the fourth quarter. Nice job playing the deep ball, staying deep, and not giving up a big throw.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Touchdown, Washington! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Takes the handoff, and he's going right. Still running at the 40. And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds. One big play, and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Well, the most insightful analysis I can come up with on that one is that didn't work. Back to the drawing board to see if there's something that works a little better soon.
Or if I can quote the great Reese Davis, that was very ungood. Not a productive first down play.
Now on the move. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And already it's completely changed the game. Like now it's 11-on-11 football. The quarterback used to hand it off and stand there and watch the play. Now he's very much involved in the play. He's running the football so much. And even when he's not, he's making somebody go with him and cover him. So the quarterback scrambling, the quarterback running has completely changed the way people play defense.
They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. The Nittany Lions are on the move. Wide receiver shows motion. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with second and short.
When the offense can run the football and you can feature a guy like this that will get more yards than his block, that you can really depend on, hangs on to the football, like it makes offense super easy, especially down the stretch when you want to eat that clock and you want to possess the football. Just nice to have that kind of guy.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that one play to pick up the first.
And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
He's got his man. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And they take it in for 6 more points. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired. And
I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
That is just a sideline credit. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. He wants to throw. Feeling some heat. Gets away from one. Gets rid of it. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Williams looking for a man. Now adjusting. He'll pull it down and run. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. And the Huskies moving quickly to the line. On third down, going up top. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And I understand the logic by the offense here. Obviously, you're down in this game. You're trying to claw back into it. Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive in that time? They just can't come up with a completion.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down.
Yeah, and now trailing with a little over 2 minutes, it's looking bleak. My defense has got to go out there and get a stop immediately. I got to stop the clock as fast as I can, try to save as much as I can, and then put my 2-minute offense together. There's a lot that has to go right for me to get back in this ball game.
The defense, obviously, at this point is trailing. They need to get the football back. They're expecting run. They know the offense is going to try and bleed the clock, so you got to be good at the point of attack. They were right there. They gave up nothing on that run.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. On the run, it's Wallace. At the 40, there he goes. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They go to the ground. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll try the right side. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach.